Graph GRT. Should you or shouldn't you get it? I'm Joanna Garzilli. This is Crypto Angel Network. What I'm about to share with you is not investment advice. You have to do your own due diligence, and cryptocurrencies are highly volatile. Now, I have been, it's an altcoin frenzy out there right now. There are more altcoins than ever. There is no shortage. To me, it's like going to some type of fairground. You've got a certain amount of those tickets to go on different rides, and because it does feel like a ride when you go and get into the market, or it has done for me anyway. But GRT graph, I am a massive fan of it. I am personally invested in it. I've gone through quite a journey of it. In December, I had almost 43,000 GRT, which would be around 83,000 US dollars today. And then I stupidly sold it because I went into a panic because I was entirely a newbie within the crypto space. You can see on Crypto Angel Network, you can see a video of sort of how I got into crypto back into 2017. And basically it was too much of a roller coaster for me. I jumped off, but here I am. I'm back in it, and I'm definitely, I find crypto absolutely compelling for a number of reasons. But I want to share with you more about Graph and what happened there. So sold the 43,000 of Graph in December, then absolutely regretted it. I think that I went through a panic, just seeing suddenly within a couple of days, they had just got listed on Coinbase. And, I hadn't done my due diligence. I didn't understand about technical analysis at that point. And really, I knew so little about blockchain. And, but I'd done very, very quick research. I liked the vision, and that was why I'd bought a whole load of it. But then when I saw them hit their all-time high at that point of around 77 cents, and then it came all the way back down, it started to crash, and I got scared and I just sold it. And right, that's what people in retail do. I am a retail person. And so if you are new, first of all, if you're new to cryptocurrencies, and especially if you're starting to look at what altcoin do you get, it is, a couple of really big things that I've learned. Do not buy in on the pump. Just let things settle down. Or if you're going to buy and you're going to hodl and you're going to be in it for the long term, just buy, and then don't worry if that particular altcoin starts to retrace. Every single coin retraces. Bitcoin retraces. Ethereum retraces. Meaning, it goes up and then it goes down before it goes up again. This is a natural part of the cycle, because cryptocurrencies are still so new, even though they've been around for 10 years, that it is extremely volatile. It is a roller coaster. So I want to just do a couple of things here. I'm going to share my screen so that you can see some numbers, so that you can see my coin tracker. I love this software, coin tracker. I just used it for doing my taxes. Oh my goodness, doing my TurboTax, this made it easy because I was tearing my hair out. So coin tracker.io, I will make sure that there is a link to the software, so that if you do have any cryptocurrency and you want to use a software that is reliable, I have found for myself that it's worked fantastically. So there's two components, one for the tax return, and then there's one when you want to do performance tracking, because I can tell you from the amount of transactions I've done with Graph that I could not keep up or figure out what what was profit, what wasn't. You will see here, let me just go all the way to the top here. Okay, performance. So here, you can see here, let's go actually all time, performance for all time. And you can see for all time my performance. Now, bear in mind, I've only been in this, really doing this investing for just over a month now, really doing it for just over a month. And then I started around December 17th was when I sort of started going back in there. So what, a couple of months in total, and look at my unrealized return. Look over here, unrealized return. That is $33,000. Let me just go for total performance here. $34,816 return, since even with me messing up with selling later on in December, leaving Graph, going back into Graph, it has been phenomenal. And I am not a professional trader. I'm newer to the crypto space, but something was just compelling for me about the Graph. So you can see here in total now, I have done some more investments. Some of those investments are into other cryptos. I'm not going to talk about those today. I'm going to stick on Graph. But you can see today there is an up on the portfolio of return of $6,000. And so my total portfolio with net deposits, right, at $23,635.84. Right now it's at $58,452.59. It can fluctuate. I've had days when my portfolio has been at around 65,000. Yesterday it was in the 40s. It is crazy, but it isn't consistently staying up, because let me just go to, I want to just show you the graph here. You can see the graph. I'll show you the graph, Bitcoin and Ethereum as comparisons, right? So graph here, the price right now is 233. And, based on that, you can see my all-time return so far of $31,710, right? I did a net deposit, so my total deposits here. Now, the profit would be higher, but what happened was, originally, after I went through my panic sell in December, on my husband's birthday, January the 7th, I went, you know what? Something is calling me back to the Graph, because, they refer to themselves as the Google Web 3.0. And I thought, something says yes to me about that. This is when, for my personal gut instinct, my expertise is intuition, and for day trading, gut instinct will get you in trouble. But in terms of overall, I think when one's looking to where does one invest, one's time, one's energy, one's finances, this is something that Graph stood out to me. So it was like it was calling me. It was like Graph was saying, come back, it's not too late. So Graph, I bought in again at 32 cents and 33 cents, quite a few thousand of it. And then I bought in again at 72 cents and 96 cents. And then I started around 72 cents doing some day trading with it, getting some really nice profits on it, hundreds in profit per day. And then I went, a voice said to me inside, stop day trading it, just hodl it. Graph is going to keep going. So at 96 cents, and then I bought again at 99.7 cents, where we had around just over 18,000 Graph. I'm just holding now. I'm going to hold. Then Graph started going gangbusters, right? It just started going crazy. Let me just show you here on, let me make sure I can find the right one. Is this it? Yes. The Graph started, look at this chart here, it started going gangbusters, right? So I had originally bought in right around the bottom here for 23, like I said. It went all the way up. It started to come down. I panicked and sold, right? Freaked out. And then I bought in again at the 32, 33 cents. I could have bought in at 28 cents. I was like, oh, no, what was I thinking? Seriously. But I think maybe I just wanted some confirmation that, am I just imagining this? Am I having too much of a Pollyanna outlook? No, I was not, because then look what happened next, right? So I started buying in here at, like I said, 72, 78, in the early 90s. And then, so at this point here, I had just over 18,000, I think 18,017 Graph. And then whoosh, right? It went parabolic. Look at that green candle. Graph, just, oh my goodness. And this is when suddenly I was looking at the performance on Coin Tracker, and the account was over 60,000. I went, oh my goodness, as a novice, this is pretty awesome. I'm just like, my instincts there, for me, it was my instincts to hodl. But then what happened? Well, graph went almost up to $3. And as that happened, as it started to come back down, I did not think about retracement. I was just like, oh my gosh, what, like Aave did, where it just, shot up and went to around 500 something dollars. Because I personally believe that at some point in, within, I imagine 5 years from now, graph will be well over $1,000. I mean, that's, again, you do what feels right for you, but that is just what I believe personally. I believe it's going to be sort of those Google share prices. So and I imagine it will be at least $10 by the summer. I think that it will be around $75, maybe $100 by the end of this year. Let's see. I can look back at this video and see if I was right or totally wrong. But anyway, so I just, I was think about what Michael Saylor said when he was agonizing over, oh, should he buy Apple shares at $12, $13 or $14? And, look at Apple now, right? So that's sort of how I feel about graph. I could be agonizing, going, I bought in at $2.44. Why did I do that? Because, recently it retraced down to, God, I mean, look at this dip here. It went to like 170, like very briefly, around 192 there, right? That was sort of the bottom, like on those very thin candles. But, and I bought back in a little bit more at around 220. So now I have 21,243 graph. But if I'd held from the beginning, I'd have, like, you can drive yourself nuts with this stuff. I'm driving myself nuts with it. So anyway, right now we are going through, retracement. And I believe very short, we've been going through this retracement. I believe we're going to come back up to $3 soon. And I look forward to sharing my coin tracker with you of my progress of graph. If you're still sitting on the sidelines going, I don't know whether to go into it. In my experience so far, if you have like an all-time high like you had, because this is what happened back here. Look at this earlier on the chart, right? It went from here. This is where I bought in. It hit this all-time high of around 77 cents. And then whoosh, it retraced. I mean, it didn't just plummet down and stay down here, because look at the volume over here, right? And then it started climbing its way steady back up, but it didn't take long to come back. I mean, it's gone up 200% in the last 30 days. And then whoosh, we had this massive climb. And now we're going through retracement. But we haven't retraced all the way down to $1.60 or even $1.25, or even sort of where that very strong support line at around 96 cents. We haven't even retraced to that. I think if we were going to retrace, if we were going to go down to here, that would have happened by now. It hasn't happened. And even with Bitcoin going absolutely crazy and just surpassing $50,000, some of these people will go, oh, I'm just going to go and pull my money out of my altcoins and put it into Bitcoin. That's what I did in December. Oh my gosh, Graph, I'm so sorry. I feel like I've been unfaithful to you. I sold my Graph, I put it into Bitcoin. And anyway, I'm majority in Graph now. And of course, and I have some Bitcoin too, but Graph all the way. I'm a mega fan of Graph. But anyway, look at this retracement here. It hasn't gone down. So I believe in this next few days, let's see where we're at, February 17th, 2021. I think before the end of the month, we're going to be back up at $3. And then we're going to see a run towards $4. People are going to be like, FOMO, and they're going to want to get in there. So let me just go to this other little, what have I got here? Haven't I got another chart here? I think, do I have another chart? I wanted to show you this other chart. Oh, I know, the 15-minute. Let me go to the 15-minute. Come on, convert for me. Show me. Hang on. Why is this not, oh, here we go. It's doing it now. You've got to be patient. So yeah, look here. This was the bottom. This was the bottom that we've had recently. When the other day as well, there was a big dump on Bitcoin, on Ethereum, which I agree with BitBoy. I feel that was I remember watching it happen live and going, this looks like manipulation. And look, So graph went down here to 190, but it didn't, I mean, it really hasn't gone lower than that. It's consolidating right now. And then now here we're climbing back up 235. I think we're going to start hitting the numbers where I had bought in at, right at that sort of that 244. When that happens, let me take you back over here. I'm in the right spot in my coin tracker. This is where you're going to see my overall, these profits going back up, right? You can see this going up, up, up again. So this should be up around 60 something thousand. Once my buy at, oops, that's my Coinbase account. You can just see that these my whole, okay, well, here's my Coinbase Pro accounts. So you see that I have 86.42% of graphs. So I'm passionate about it here. So the balance right now, it's at 232, like I said, so the balance is 42,978. But that is, because it would be more, or it will be more when it goes back past that 244 and when it starts to climb back up. So, you know, what I've realized is and like not to, for me, from my personal experience, is not to wait. Like there's a certain point when you want confirmation, you want to wait, right? And I know it's very specific with day trading, but when you are looking at hodling, you know, I would say with graph, if you're thinking of looking at getting into something that has a really strong use, you know, if you buy some type of altcoin that doesn't have a use, that isn't the foundation of decentralized finance, you know, yes, you are likely to lose everything. But I think if you are prepared to be patient, and I'm not naturally a patient person, and to be in something for the long run, and I like this idea of, you know, the whole point of setting up Crypto Angel, it's like, I want to be able to, even on a small scale, at a very small scale at this point, I want to be able to invest in projects that I believe in, that I believe in their vision, that I think are super strong. And I just feel, look, I just want to take you to something else here about why I feel, let me just share my screen again about graph here and why this is so valuable. Let me just take you back into my screen here. I want to show you something here. Come to me, graph, come to me. Here we go, graph. Okay, so look at this. You know, oh, why graph? This is going to be one of these altcoins that goes up and goes down, right? Because we've seen stuff go up and down, and I understand from 2017 through 2019, but DeFi is exploding right now. It is, oh my goodness, you know. So why graph? Because graph, they refer to themselves basically as the next Google, right? Google is Web 2.0, graph is Web 3.0. And it's happening. And, you know, well, why? How do we know the use? Because their queries, right, where developers, anyone in decentralized finance, any developers, where they do their searches, they use the graph. Right, they use the graph. And in November alone, there were over 10 billion queries. I'm sure it's many more than that. I mean, it's probably going to go into the trillions at some point. So look at this, all the data for your apps, right? Web3 is ecosystem. So, I mean, look at what is built on the graph. Uniswap. I mean, Uniswap. Let me just go a sec here to, I just want to show you something else here, because we're talking about Uniswap is built on there. And let me just go here to CoinGecko, and bear with me a second here, because I don't have it right in front of me. Let's just go to Uniswap. Uniswap, come to me, Uniswap. Okay, let's just go to Uniswap here. And look at this here. The market cap for Uniswap is over 6.6 billion. 6.6 billion, right? And that is built on top of the graph. Compound. I mean, compounds in the, you know, their price per token is in the hundreds of dollars. Again, it's a multi-billion dollar marketplace. this I haven't seen here before. ENS, Ethereum, ENS domains. I don't know enough about that yet, but I know that obviously, I mean, they've got that. That's a big one there. Live peer, US dollar coin, Decentraland's built on this. Decentraland is blowing up. I mean, that's another. Their mana token is incredible. MakerDAO, the governance coin. I mean, MakerDAO, it costs thousands to buy MakerDAO now. I wish I bought it for. Synthetics right now is around 20 something dollars. And I know BitBoy has said that he sees synthetics probably going to, at some point, you know, in the future, going to $800 per token. So synthetics is blowing up. Bancor, again, you know, my understanding of Bancor, again, any of these tokens that are POS, proof of stake, are huge. Sablia is another one here. SWAP protocol. I mean, look, so Balancer, that's another, I think, POS as well. So, I mean, and there's just more and more being added of these whopping projects. Whoppers. I mean, they're huge, okay? So something else that is really, really important is, you know, when I invested and first got my Graph tokens, the mainnet hadn't launched. They were just about to launch it. That's live now, you know, so and more, they're verifying more and more of the graph. Now, you know, so look here, this all happened already. And the other incredible thing with Graph, they hit all their timelines. Everything they say they're going to do, they do it ahead of schedule, is what I've seen. So they did their mainnet launch where they became totally decentralized, and then they launched a grant program as well. And then you'll see here, this latest thing, they've expanded to layer 2 blockchain, indexed open data to Polygon, which I have Polygon as well. I've bought, I haven't bought a huge amount, but I bought Polygon Matic as well, because I really like that too. So yeah, this is when they launched the Graph Council. So I mean, just take a look at their site, you know, go and look at what they're doing. They have a really strong Discord as well. I just want to show you very quickly in here. Yeah, look, see, I got Polygon as well. I didn't buy, I mean, I've just got 1,300 of it because I put so much in. I'm like, I'm not going to put any more money in.